Okay, I just want to share with you what I do to throw liquids into containers when it has a kind of a small opening like this. So I don't know if you found out, but if you're taking, for example, water, and I colored this water a little sort of darker, put some tea in here just so that you could see the water. But when you throw water into a container, often the water goes all over the place because you're keeping the one and the jug is moving in one dimension, and the container you're throwing to is moving into another direction. I was thinking about this because I pour a lot of water in here and I don't have a funnel. I'm just have to make a plan sometime to get a funnel. But I was thinking before I retired, when I worked in patients' mouths, if you had the drill and you were working on a tooth, you'd usually put your finger next to, or rather, if you're working on the bottom jaw, on the mandible, you put your finger on a tooth on the same jaw, and the drill then works there. So if the jaw moves, your drill goes with it. Because if you don't have that, what we call a finger rest, and the jaw moves, you're going to cut the mouth quite badly. So that's just part of the basics that we did. So I thought if I could apply that to this same principle where you have, and I'm using one hand, touching the bottle I'm throwing into, and another finger on the hand, same hand, touching onto the container that's pouring. The body is going to be able to put the two into space, correctly into space, almost say time and space. But when you pour, the body is going to communicate between the two fingers that they're on the same hand because it's using it like a finger rest and be able to help you pour there. So I tested that and Bob's your uncle, it worked brilliantly. So that's what this video is about, just to share with you and what the origins of it was. So let's go through to an area that I can actually demonstrate this code to you. Okay, so here's the container, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a finger, and it's going to be of the same hand where I put it on the container I'm throwing to, and the container I'm using to throw the stuff with it's going to touch onto both of them. I want to make it so that you can see what's happening. So if I touch, I want the camera to see it, if I touch on the container here at the hole and I touch this, so what you do is you start off and you can have it under control, and then that's pretty much it. You can keep it. You can see that the liquid will keep going. It doesn't spill anywhere, and you can start throwing more. When it gets to the end, of course, you go closer because the water will just filter, but that's it. So I've got a finger rest there, and it just keeps going nice and smooth. When it gets to the end, I can take it and get everything there. So everything is in. So you see it's got to do with touching. I've got my thumb on this here and this control, and that helps you to give like a finger rest setup. So I'll go try it out. This one's got a nozzle which helps, but even if it's without a nozzle, maybe I should just try a little bit with that. So if it's without a nozzle, if I keep it there, you've got to start off at least because the plastic might not be smooth and the water might run all over, but if you've got that there, then it's the same there. Okay, when you get closer, probably put a little bit more to demonstrate it a bit better. Okay, so we're going to go finger rest there, finger rest on the top, and we start off gently, and then after that it's pretty much there. And when you get to an end, you can drop it closer. And there we go. Isn't that cool? So remember, finger rest of the hand. So you can have any finger that's touching. I find the one that makes it more comfortable, the thumb on the one, and another finger, the second last finger. That for me just controls much nicer. Cool. Hopefully your pouring is less messy going forward.